Welcome back to Warzone Workshop. Today we got something special, but before I start that, I'm going to go ahead and put something on for myself. Puff the Magic Dragon. Live by the sea and from the Alright, so on this episode of Warzone Workshop, I got a box here and I'm going to cut it open. It's from eBay. Someone had an LCT gun on there and I made the mistake of going on eBay, and within, I don't know, 15 seconds of being on eBay, I made an offer on this thing and the guy accepted it, and then there was no communication for days. Got it paid. I'm waiting for a tracking number. He's out of the way. And it doesn't show up. And then I was like, well, maybe I got scammed. Paper. Here's a magazine. It's a 500 round high cap. And I see that the butt plate is missing. Base plate. And I was like, ah, crap. Did I just get scammed? Did I just buy this and it's going to be a bunch of busted up stuff? I was really nervous. Here's a mid cap in perfect condition. Here's a high cap. This is a 250 round high cap, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't checked the capacities yet, and this is a brand new one, and it clearly states on them what guns they go to. Then there's the butt plate for that magazine. So now I got that magazine. It must have just came off. Here's a sling, and I don't remember them saying that they were gonna send a sling. So this is a Vicker sling, and brand new in the package, made in the US. So heck yeah. Go ahead and peel that open and pull it out and check it out. And it's built pretty well. I mean, it's got, you know, good buckles. And it's not metal. It's not gonna clank around on you. And there's me reading the information on it. Made in the US. Enjoyable. Good stuff. Here's me looking at the packaging that the Lct Sr-3 is wrapped up in, which is just some paper. That's all you really need. And yeah, that thing on the top is a stock. We'll get to that in just a moment. And I'm absolutely loving it. It's got this weird thing hanging off the front sling point, which is actually a QD sling point attachment. It's like an extension for your sling point so that you can use an actual sling with it. And there's the stock, easily deployable. And oh gosh, watching myself being so excited is a surreal feeling. Talking about it after the fact. Of course, I'm gonna throw a magazine in it, get the look of the gun. Now, I just noticed the problem that I'm having with this used gun. All right, so some issues. Of course, this is used. This isn't the original flash hider, which sucks because this one is really narrow because it looks like a traditional birdcage style, M4 style, and it's not keeping the handguard pushed down, which is what it's supposed to do, which is why it's supposed to be a larger one. That is unfortunate. I'll have to get something that fits there. Probably going to be a suppressor anyway, if I'm being honest. I'm going to be extending this thing's inner barrel. Now, the manual of arms for this SR3 is totally different than any of the rockin' mag style guns that you're probably familiar with. So, let's go over that, shall we? Of course, you got your magazine release, which is very AK, and you got your trigger, which is very much a trigger. but that's basically where it stops being similar. So you got this cross bolt, which normally you would think of as being like a safety, but this one's full auto, semi-auto, full auto, semi-auto. And then up here, you have an ambidextrous selector for fire and safe. And it does not move very much. Those two positions are just a tiny click away from each other. And then to charge the weapon, you might have noticed that it doesn't have a charging handle on the side of it like an AK would. That's because they just got rid of it, I guess, for whatever reason. There's not really any reason for it not to. But this one, the charging handle is ambidextrous, and it's up here at the top. It's this thing. You rack it like that. And you kind of need to put your hand on both of them to get it. Kind of like a CZ, like what is it, a VZ CZ Scorpion? Yeah, like the old Czech Scorpions, where it's got those knobs on the side. But that's cool. The bolt does go back quite far, as you can see. Doesn't sound that bad. Now, the stock, that's the interesting part. You push forward on these two knobs, and now you've basically doubled your length and gone from an SMG type thing to a rifle. But really, it feels like an SMG. It does feel like a subgun. But this is the same magazine that you would use for the VSS. It even says it right here. The VSS, the AS Val, the SR3, the SR3M. I plan on getting all of those eventually, so that they can all take these magazines. And I'm definitely going to fix that handguard issue. But I got this because I fell in love with the stock. I just thought that was the niftiest thing, that little stock. It's all spring-loaded. And it's just a simple plunger that gets out of the way, and then this thing just deploys out. Now, the back part here, nothing's stopping it from folding down. So when you're shouldering it, you're gonna want to put it like that, kind of. And it's uncomfortable. It is every bit as uncomfortable as it looks. Go ahead and turn up the brightness a little bit. It is every bit as uncomfortable as it looks. You got these sheets of metal here that you put your cheek on, which are not comfortable. You got this stock, which is, it's solid this way, but not that way. It'll fold just with a spring that way. Now to put it away, you got this big button under here. You push up on that, fold it up, lay this flat, and it clips in just like that. And then to unfold it, you just do that, and this thing will definitely cut your arm if you just let it free willy itself all the way up like that. Then lock it in place. Now it's got a sling loop here, which is stiff, and you can put your sling through. I plan on using a 1-point sling for this, and setting it up that way. Battery space, tiny. It's in the front grip there, as you saw, because under here, this hinges up, and you gotta be very careful to make sure you go all the way through the hinge, and comes right off like that. And that is literally your mech box, right there. No battery space on the top. So that's how that all looks. And that's your hop-up unit. It says it takes a standard AK hop-up unit, and it does. It looks pretty standard to me. It's your standard slide bar style, which means I might be able to upgrade this one. I'm looking at picking up some CNC'd hop-up units and for the AKs and M4s, and I'm probably going to try to drop one into this just to improve its hop-up unit. Other than that, this thing is freaking sick. I'm in love with it. It just, the look is so interesting. Ooh, man, those are stiff. Of course, I'm going to have to take this thing apart and clean it thoroughly just to make sure everything works properly. But let's go ahead and just stick a battery on it, chrono this little monster. Now, to put this back on, you got these two little hooks here, and luckily these are not broken. And you hook it on just like so into the little bar there at the front. Make sure it's all the way in, and then lower it down. It should have 0 resistance coming down, and voila. This little spit's gonna be pretty freaking fun to shoot. I can't wait to get this thing hung up on the wall. It's gonna look freaking amazing. The two guns that are over here, this is just temporary, just to make sure that I had enough room over there for a sheet of, pegboard to go. That's gonna be just guns over there, and then this whole wall back here that you can't see right now, that's gonna be a gun wall. I got the window barred up. It's all steel bars now, and then I'm going to be filling that whole window in with foam, boarding over it, and then putting up another gun wall there. Got a little fire extinguisher that I'm going to be putting in here, just because it's going to be my charging station, and I'm going to have a computer set up and all that stuff in here. So I figure if I'm over here and I got a bunch of batteries charging and stuff like that, especially if I'm getting ready for a game, it'd be good for me to have a full fire extinguisher over here, especially if I'm staying here overnight, just in case something happens. I can spray it out and hopefully not lose anything. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this bad boy up and put a battery in it, and then I'll get back to you. You don't have to worry about it, because I'm gonna do some video editing. So for you, it's gonna be like an instant type thing. It's just gonna be 1 minute you're looking at this dirty thing, next minute you're looking at it clean, and it's gonna be hopefully shooting. But for me, it's probably gonna be like 15-20 minutes of me cleaning this, and then putting a battery in it, and then turning on the camera again. But like, you won't even notice. Trust me. Just wait. See, just like that. So now, I went ahead and cleaned her up a bit. I'll go ahead and put this cover back on. Went ahead and tightened up the bolts, the grub screws that are in there. I'll go ahead and throw a battery on. And I guess I should put some bullets in it. But let's go ahead and take this thing outside to the range. I got something special for you guys. Welcome. So this is the trailer, the 40-foot shipping container trailer that I have on my property, and I'm not sure if we're gonna keep it, but I'm thinking it might be a really cool range for some airsoft testing. And so I went ahead and put the target up on one of the doors. The doors are kind of falling apart and they need to be replaced. So I figure if I shoot crap out of them and ruin them, it's not gonna be a big deal. And then on this side, I have one of the EMG targets. But let me leave this door open for some extra light. And so that you can see, hopefully, down here, if you follow me, all the way down here at the end of the trailer, where I don't have any light. There we go. There we go. Down here at the end of the trailer, I'm debating having another bench for setting stuff up, getting things ready. I might run, of course I gotta run some lighting. I'm gonna use this board that's bolted in if I decide to keep this thing and turn it into a testing range, which I think would be perfect. So I'll put lighting up there. Of course I'll have a reinforced thing over it to keep it from getting shot by BBs that bounce back. And then I'm thinking I'll have all my safety equipment, my goggles, glasses, stuff like that here. Of course I got cabinets for
putting random stuff right here and here. This is all on a raised part. The floor is sloped, so I can sweep all the BBs up pretty easily. The floor has also been reinforced with sheets of plywood. And then I can just get my gun ready. I got my chronograph set up over here. Flip off my safety. It'd be nice and loud in here too. And I can shoot out the door. I wouldn't have to worry about hitting anything. If someone comes over and they want to come in, they'll knock on the sidewall. I'll know, hey, time to turn the safety on, cut it off, and then I can open the doors to let someone in, because I'm going to make it so I can lock it from the inside. Go ahead and chrono. Whoa, I'm getting, with the LiPo that I just put on, 400 FPS. And wow, that is shooting nice and hot. But in here, I would have a nice loud area, you know, to get all that immersiveness feeling. Do my drills, do my reloads. I think it'd be really cool. It's also super loud in here. Oh my goodness. Let's see how the doors fare with the 400 FPS coming out of this Sr-3 by Lct. If I could spin you around. Lower that brightness down. So I shot some rounds at the door. Those didn't really do much. This is a sheet of aluminum on the side here. Target, totally shredded. This is actually a hostage. You can tell by the duct tape on the mouth. So this one is definitely dead. Whoops, my bad. The other door had the hostage taper on it. Oh well, that's still a solid kill right there. I could turn this into a shooting testing area, which would be so freaking cool. And then I'd have the studio for like the collection and to unbox everything. And then I could come over here and do all my testing, all my pew 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 and my reload load. And then the floor is sloped, so I can just sweep all the rounds down to the bottom to clean it. Not that I'm really worried about cleaning it, because it is what it is. But hey, this is the Sr-3 by Lct, and it's the gun that I just picked up on secondary market. It is freaking sick. As soon as I get some more time with it, I'll probably end up doing a review, a breakdown of all the parts and stuff like that, and then maybe a little cleaning and upgrading video for it. It's a hefty gun though. It's got some weight to it. I guess it's mostly because this whole part, you know, is just one sheet of. Okay, the wind just whipped that door closed on me. That's creepy. Let me go ahead and open that. Creepy. But then, you know, I got the doors open. I got this beautiful hill with all the trees, and it's fantastic. And then down over there, I got my studio. This might be the next big thing for me to work on, other than, you know, the remodeling of the studio, which is slowly taking place. But now that I got this all cleaned out,
if I can make it look good enough that it's not an eyesore on the land, which is what it's been for years, maybe we can just keep it and have it as a fun place to just do some shoot. Stay tuned. I'll see you next time in the war zone. Oh, hi. I still got a giveaway going for this KJ Works P226, which is being upgraded. As my subscriber count goes up, I've refurbished it. I've now put a 9-ball gasket in there. I got a new hop-up that I'm going to be putting in it soon, and I'm probably going to be doing a Type 4 inner barrel for it. But it's getting upgraded as my subscriber count goes up, and once I hit 500, this is going to be going to someone who comments on one of the videos where I talk about giving away this pistol, and that person's going to be getting a customized gun for just commenting on my video and being subscribed. So there's nothing to lose and a SIG to gain. Go for it.